Quiz! I'm a Power Ross Twiddell, your reigning and defending Cultaholic Heavyweight Champion, and welcome to all the WTF moments from last night's Monday Night Raw. And we're kicking things off with two WTF moments right off the bat. The crowd in Salt Lake City making it to the arena in the face of the biggest snowstorm we've seen since Hulk Hogan and Vince McMahon bashed the toot, allegedly, in 1989. You know that one. It happened every day, didn't it? And second of all, those marvellous people who did make it into the arena making a lot of noise, which added to a very enjoyable show. This was a show that left a lot of open ends and in turn made you want to tune in next week to see how these ends would tie up. The wrestling action itself, while it was solid, once again it took a back seat to the storytelling being told. And when you remember that Monday Night Raw is the longest weekly episodic television show in the history of something, I'm alright for this to happen once every few weeks or so. Storylines are important, aren't they? Hit the bloody intro. WTF! Now, hey, WWE, you piping in Michael Cole's commentary onto highlights from last week's Raw is something nobody needs on a Monday night, or in my case, on a Tuesday morning. Unnecessary use of Michael Cole should be a criminal offence. Necessary use of Michael Cole should be a criminal offence. It sent shivers down me spine, it did, actual shivers. Do not do that again. WWE, once again, you were only supposed to put the bloody door there. Michael Caine said she was only 15 years old. She was only 15 years old. Can't do Michael Caine. But where the hell's the bloody door? And since there isn't a bloody door, why aren't these WWE Raw superstars starting at the top of the Tron and sliding their way down like they're in a kiddie's children's play area thing? That's a reasonable request, is it not? And next up we have Jerry Lawler saying that he is surprised that Randall Keith Orton has the nerve, the goal, to show his face at Raw after what he did to Edge last week. And in this moment, Jerry Lawler proved he has not been paying attention to WWE programming for a lot of the last 18 years. He's a massive slimy snack, man, Jerry. He loves this sort of thing, man. Remember, children of the universe, this is a man called Randall Keith Orton, a man who allegedly likes to put his hands into his little drawers, cover his hand in cock juice, and then shake the hands of other people to get his cock juice on their hand. This man has no shame. And then I spotted a sign in support of Carlos Cabrera, and I thought to myself, I don't think I've ever seen a sign in support of Carlos Cabrera, so that sign there in support of Carlos Cabrera is a WTF moment. Now, when I was a small boy, I remember seeing Carlos Cabrera and big Hugo Savinovich on the Spanish commentary table for the WWF, so that got me thinking, how long has Carlos been doing the ting in the E? 1994 he started. Go on, the Carlos. So I guess Liv Morgan's called Lana now. Or maybe that's a thing she requested, since, you know, they used to be lovers or something, and Liv is maybe obsessed with Lana. Who knows what this could mean? Or maybe it's just dun 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 dun. Letting the snow get to him. Ladies and gentlemen, this is proof anything can happen in the World Wrestling Federation. Ruby! Ha! 9 long months she was gone for, and that is a long time. Some scientists say that you can create an actual human being in that length of time. But then that damn Jezebel did the unthinkable. She turned on Liv Morgan. She hoofed Liv Morgan right in the face, and that left me very sad, because I follow those lasses on the Instagram. You would see them every single week traveling the world being best pals, but now it's all gone. They've got matching tattoos and everything, and it's all gone. Now, when I saw this happen, I was thinking, ooh, after Edge and Randy Orton doing something similar last week, this is going to get overshadowed and forgotten in the midst of Randy Orton being a bastard. But still, Ruby Riott, what a bitch. And then we have the lights going down in the arena while we were still supposed to be looking at things that were happening inside the ring. I guess that Ruby Riott must be the new Fiend, since the Fiend Bray Wyatt has stopped doing this bollocks and she is now doing it, and WWE still haven't learned that you can't do mood lighting while you're trying to watch the wrestling. Or maybe, just maybe, dun dun dun, was letting the bloody snow get to him once again. Beavers do not like the snow, it seems. Huge scoops here on WTF Moments today. And then we had this. It turns out that now Big Daddy Drew McIntyre is an all-American boy supporting and promoting and doing good wholesome things for the red, white and blue. Ow, like Lex Luger back in the day. Or maybe, just maybe, Dunn is letting that pesky bloody snow get to him once again. Of course, there's a chance that this has absolutely nothing to do with Kevin Dunn, but Kevin Dunn is the only name we have in relation to production things in WWE, so I'm hoying all of the blame at his doorstep. That is, of course, if beaver dams do have doorsteps. So then we have it explained to us that Mojo Rowley is looking very happy and very smug right there because his 24/7 championship is not on the line during his match against Big Daddy Drew. First of all, why would this bother Mojo Rowley? His entire gimmick with the 24/7 championship is about not hiding and fighting all the Playboys when the Playboys come to fight with him, the OG Playboy. And secondly, and I say this every single time they say the 24/7 title is not on the line during a match, why is nobody trying to take that 24/7 championship off Mojo when he stood there in the corner like a sitting Playboy? The bell hadn't rung. Go get him, man. And I tell you what, I did not realise that when Adam Pacitti said yesterday, boys, I'm working a half day, I didn't realise he was going all the way over to Salt Lake City to watch Monday Night Raw. It would have been nice to be invited, like. And next up, we've got to ask the question, why does Big Daddy Drew McIntyre keep calling his Claymore kick a secret weapon? A secret weapon. Does he not know what secret means? I mean, of course he does. He was WCPW champion when he made his debut in the crowd at NXT TakeOver a few years ago, and none of us knew about it. So why is he still saying the Claymore's a secret then? Mojo Rowley is a goldfish. We had Big Daddy Drew McIntyre quite literally standing there right to the face of Mojo Rowley saying, Mojo, when I put this microphone down, in 3 seconds time I'm going to Claymore kick your head off. What a hat, son! What a hat! Drew then talks about Brock Lesnar for a little bit, but then does exactly to Mojo Rowley exactly what he said he was going to do. And Mojo didn't do anything about it. And I don't know about you, but if I was Mojo after hearing that from Daddy Drew McIntyre, I would have got down on me belly with me head under the ropes, completely ruling out the prospect of a Claymore kick happening. Where is Mojo's memory? And there we have yet more Tron-related malfunctions, and I know it's not the end of the world, but if I didn't point it out, you would log onto Twitter and call me nasty names. So there, reference done, box ticked. Now that one there is unforgivable. They turned the bloody lights on when the Viking Raiders were walking to their mark so they could do their thing. When the lights came on, the mystique was ruined. I thought they could teleport. The definition of stupidity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result, Jerry Lawler claims. I mean, that's not right, is it, King? What you're talking about there is insanity. Insanity is stupidity, but on roids. And then we have Tom Phillips doing what Tom Phillips does best, and that's face fornicating the poo out of the line on WWE commentary when he claims that Big Aleister Black has had tremendous success over his first year on the main roster in WWE. And there's no doubt about it, Tom. Aleister Black has had successes, but he spent most of this year sitting in a darkened room like a moody teenager. Unless, of course, in this instance, Tom Phillips is talking about Aleister Black being successful at the things moody teenagers do in their darkened room alone, rather than being successful at the things WWE superstars do in the ring. Who knows? He must have completed COD or something. Huge scope. Hang on a second there. Jerry the King Lawler actually knows who somebody is, even though they are not a part of the Monday Night Raw roster. There's not time, just run. The end is nigh, the end is nigh. Time to run away, the end is nigh. Straight away he was like, woo, that's Humberto's cousin, instead of doing that thing he did to the entire NXT UK roster. Less of that, please, Jerry, and more of what you did there. It was good. They're real WWE superstars too, you know. What the hell happened to him? And then, what happened to Humberto? To quote Zelina Vega, surely he could have recovered from what Angel Garza did to him, so he in turn could have stopped Angel Garza doing what he did to Ronald Mysterious. Rollins now, of course, who thinks his name is Jeff. And while I was watching this segment take place, I couldn't help but sit back and think to myself, Angel Garza, way more of an upside than Humberto, hasn't he? He's just way better in every way. Even though it would be a huge loss to NXT week on week on week, Angel Garza, get him on Raw. He's there. He's a superstar. Showbiz. But there he was, back to his old tricks. Rhea Ripley's music hits and Jerry the King Lawler's like, oh, who's that then? Watch the things your company does, you numpty, then you'll know. It's simple. And then, of course, Tom Phillips, Jerry Lawler, Byron Saxton, commentators around the world who do the stuff for the WWE. It's not the NXT Women's Championship anymore, is it? It's the NXT Championship. So stop saying NXT Women's Championship, because that's breaking the rules or something. And then I guess while we're here, we'll have to call Rhea Ripley's appearance a WTF moment. Were you expecting it? Maybe. But still, NXT champion coming out to challenge a Royal Rumble winner, unprecedented scenes. So that aye. But also, the prospect of that match there, in the words of Creed Bratton when he was the manager of Dunder Mifflin, I like it. Well, I'll be damned. And then we had some really, really tetchy scenes as Natalya shouted right in the face of Asuka, Asuka, you want to shoot on me, you bitch, or something like that. Moments after Asuka did some reversal things on the mat. One question arose here, of course, and that was Natalya herself actually shooting? Or was she wanting us to think she was shooting when she wasn't actually shooting? Who knows? But then one thing we do know for sure is that Asuka herself definitely shot all over the face of Natalya. She hoofed her right in the chops, made her cheeks wobble for several minutes, and it looked ugly. Horrible scenes. Cringy as And of course I would know, because as this video right here proves, and every single WTF Moments ever proves, I am the human embodiment of cringe. Memes, shove them up your ass. Could you imagine if Stone Cold Steve Austin, yes, I'm going there because many people compare Demand Becky Lynch to Stone Cold Steve Austin. Could you imagine Stone Cold in his pomp coming down to the ring, facing The Rock, nose to nose, and saying, cash me outside, bitch, how about that? It wouldn't be the same, would it? Giving herself more work than she actually has to do? That's not very queen-like. Kevin! And I've got to make this a WTF moment because by the time that main event started, there was only 10 minutes left of this week's Raw, and that can't be right. Who overran? That can't be right. A huge triple threat match, a #1 contenders triple threat match for the WWE Championship, 10 minutes to do it. Bollocks that. And then Ricochet went and bloody did it. He had Big Bobby Lashley. He had the Monday Night Messiah, Seth Rollins. And he beat them both. He's going to Saudi Arabia to face Brock Lesnar. You think, oh, after such a big victory, he would have time to celebrate. We're going to build a new star, a new proper player in the main event scene. But then no, a bigger WTF moment happens. Brock Lesnar comes down to the ring, F5's Ricochet, and Brock Lesnar is standing tall. But the overriding WTF moment here is that Brock Lesnar worked another Monday Night Raw. He turned up to him. Yeah, he turned up. And I was just sat back in my seat thinking, wow, has Brock Lesnar turned up to every single Monday Night Raw this year? Maybe. I could not be asked to check. He's certainly been on more than he hasn't. And how long can WWE keep that up? I don't know. And we might as well throw this collection of signs out there as well. We've got Paul Heyman and Brock Lesnar, then a turkey, then the word allegedly with a man. What does it mean? If you know, let me know. But that is it for all your WTF moments for Monday Night Raw. As I said, a pretty enjoyable episode that was all about furthering stories. Stories in wrestling on Raw. Wow. Tune in next week to see what happens. I can't wait. Thanks for watching. Let us know what you think in the comments below. You can follow us on Twitter at Cultaholic. You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/Cultaholic. And if you enjoy what we do here at Cultaholic, you can play us to our Patreon page, patreon.com/Cultaholic. Hit subscribe and join us.